Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what about the Delegator briefly, and then discuss what my plans are in terms of next step in our experimentation. Um, the Delegator is very interesting because, as you know, what we did is we put the accumulator, adder, and subber as their own little contracts on the chain, and then we added Delegator, and we're able to operate on Delegator. So if you look at the code here, um, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so the Delegator uses, and I don't know, it defines the adder, subber, and accumulator as something that they are going to use, and that's, I think, way at the top, right at the beginning of the module. And then when you get into the storage definition, it has a value for which it has a value for accumulate. It says we're going to have for this which, accumulator, adder, and subber. So the way they define them here is the accumulator, adder, and subber are defined as lazy. Now, normally what that means is that it's not going to allocate them until it has to. I think these things are small enough it may not matter, but it is not allocating space it doesn't need yet. Now, in the functions themselves, the methods themselves, it instantiates an accumulator, adder, and subber. So this is just like a class in Java or C++ or any of these object-oriented languages. That's all it is. And of course it does pass various things. It passes an endowment, a hash, a sort for randomization, and instantiates. And that is essentially what it does. So anyway, what I did want to talk about is my plans, because I think since Ethereum is such one of the big major coins, I think the next thing I'd like to do is set up an Ethereum chain, get that up and running, and then we can kind of play a little bit with Solidity, which would run on the Ethereum chain, and then do a little bit more experimentation on Solang. One thing I want to get a feel for is what's the difference in these? How much is it easier? Is it harder? What are the pros and cons? And if by starting to look at another chain that has similarities, but it's also different, we can learn about the language, we can learn about, maybe one uses more resources than the other. Now, I know when we doing stuff on the chain we've been using, we have done things, notice that it uses gas. So that is similar to Ethereum. And if you do not provide enough gas to your Ethereum, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to be able, it's not going to process that which you want processed. Okay, so this is the chain, and notice that when you go to deploy something, let's see, let's pick, if we can find the, let's go and Solidity projects. Okay, so let's look at, we're deploying the full example Solidity that was converted to a doc contract. Now when we go to next, you see it asks for gas, and it asks for the endowment, which I don't yet understand what endowment is versus gas, but this is what you have to give it. Just like when if you do try to move Ethereum on the real chain, you are going to have to give it gas. If you don't give it gas, it's just going to sit there. It's never going to go where you expect it to go. And of course we gave it enough gas, so it put it out here and got all the functionality. Let's see, convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So let's see. So Fahrenheit is, let's try 68. That's a good temperature. And we get 20. So we can do different things, but the point is you're using gas in order to do anything. So anyway, so that's the plan, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's a rather busy night, but I will be doing it by the end of the weekend, because I don't think that shouldn't take very long, so we shall see. Anyway, I will speak to you next time. If you enjoyed, please give this a like, and if you subscribe and ring the bell so you can see more of this, and I will speak to you all next time.